What is different about Norby's link in bio compared to the popular alternatives out there like Linktree?
Yeah. We really give you, honestly, like pure design kind of freedom. It can feel really, really native to your brand. And you're able, I think, just being able to customize it in your look and feel, be able to control your like CTAs, have that in your own brand voice, as well as really very easily and quickly like whip up different landing pages for, you might have a different audience that comes off of your Instagram versus your Pinterest versus your TikTok versus your Twitter. And you're able to basically, you can reorganize and like rejudge your content depending on what you're trying to optimize for that particular audience. Um, and you can, have beautiful full blown images. You can really customize that whole look and feel. And I think, through the different like sign up widgets, through different links, events, etc., you can really quickly with like, the 3 seconds of attention that, you get from a social follower, be able to have that interaction, whether that's, collecting an email or collecting a sign up for a product launch or having them click through to a blog post. And I think what's really cool is like on the back end in terms of analytics, what's really powerful is you can see your users or your audience, your community's follower flow. So you can see really where they're clicking and what might be working for you and what's not. And you can really quickly, like, I mean, literally drag and drop um, within a few seconds, like optimize your page to basically end up like optimizing for that kind of like social conversion to your website, to your product, to your, your podcast, whatever, you know, whatever user journey, wherever you need them to go, whatever you're optimizing for, you can kind of get them there, but in a really, really beautiful branded way that just feels like uniquely you. And I think you don't necessarily, you don't get that with some of the other competitors in the space.
I think data is really, you know, the value point
Yeah,
in our information age, right? The more you
for sure.
understand your people, the better you're able to reach them and serve them. So give us a little deeper dive into that piece. I'm curious, if someone were to go and sign up for Norby today for a
Yeah.
creator plan, and they set up their first link in bio or their landing page with you guys, what advice would you give them or tips would you give them in terms of, okay, here's how I would look at your data, here's how I would use that information to then make changes? Can you give us like maybe an example walkthrough of that for people who are newer to looking at that type of information or analytics, and letting that inform their marketing decisions?
Sure. Yeah, I think you would first and foremost look at your page views, and you can see, the traffic that's being driven from your link in bio. And then you'd want to, depending on the different pieces of content that are on your page, you would, look at the analytics on like your links or your signups. You can start to see, okay, like you're getting this many uniques and you're getting this many total clicks on a particular link. You might say, okay, that's looking like a little bit soft, or I thought that might be higher. You could then, rearrange the links if you wanted to drive more traffic to one particular piece of content than another. You can also look at your signups as well. You can see how many people who've signed up. If you were collecting like custom information to get to know your audience or your followers or your community members a little bit better, you can kind of dig deeper into that. So we're giving you insights to, to be able to make like informed decisions based on what you might want to be like tracking to. That's just like, on the kind of content level. We can also show you who might be like referring you out. And as you're running your referral program. So it's really, really powerful to see, okay, this person's almost like a brand evangelist. They're sharing us out with their friends, their folks, their community. And, they've shared 3 times. Maybe there were 0 conversions, or actually there was a conversion. And so you can really start to see and kind of what your orbit is kind of looking like, and be able to make informed decisions to grow that. And then again, as I was talking about the follower flow, it's so powerful. It's really, we use it all the time. It's really incredible to see. You're like, oh my God, okay, like this particular user's journey looks like X, Y, and Z versus another user's journey looks a little bit different. Okay, like what do we have going on here? And how can we make that user journey better? Or we are looking for like this particular type of conversion for this user. So you can use the analytics and apply them in different ways depending on, what your business is, your vertical, et cetera, and ultimately what you want to try to be driving to. But it is really, really powerful stuff.
So what I'm hearing is you're really looking at patterns, right? And
Yeah.
pulling out what Sam said, it's not just about, in general, your collective community is ranking maybe this particular link or page much higher than the other ones. Like if, your top visited web page is as XYZ, but also like Sam pointed out, you can actually dig into the individual journeys of the user. So you could, if I was, one of your in your Norby orbit, you could click on my profile and be like, oh, okay, so Ellen first discovered us from this sign up form. And then she clicked these 3 links, a week later, and then she sent it to a friend. And then the friend ended up signing up with us. So that level of detail, I feel like, is really not commonplace as far as tracking people across multiple platforms or multiple channels for communication. And so that was what drew me to Norby initially. Was I was like, wow, this kind of data, like I need to get my hands on this.